And, you know, the other thing that I always try to emphasize aside from meditation is just gratitude, man. If you can just stop like 5 times a day and just name 3 or 4 things you're grateful for. I drive my yoga classes crazy that I'm teaching out here now because, you know, I'll punish them. I'll put them through a sequence. So I got them shit, all their muscles shaking. They're wanting to quit, and I'll make them stop and think of something they're grateful for while we're doing it. Because that's the thing, man. You have the ability to think what you want to. You have the
Mhm.
ability to think what you want to. There was a parable in the Bible that never made sense to me as a child. It said, you can't force darkness from a room, but you can bring in a light. And so if we got anxiety and we're fighting with it, we're arguing with it, we're trying to push the darkness out. And it doesn't work because when you say, okay, I'm not going to be worried, your mind will give you 5 reasons why you should be worried. Or you say, well,
Exactly.
I'm going to do this and that, then I won't have to be worried. Your mind will say, well, remember the last time you tried that? Dumbass,
Right.
it didn't work. And
Right.
so, like, you try to argue with that stuff and it does not work. But if you can just say, okay, look, I recognize that I'm having some worried thoughts right now. I'm just going to pause. I can only think one thing at a time. So instead of being worried in this moment, I'm going to be grateful. What am I grateful for? That's bringing a light into the room. And the thing is, like, the first time you try it, you're going to be like, bullshit, this doesn't work. And maybe the second or third time you try it, it doesn't work. But if you get in the habit of consistently doing it, habits develop. Just bad habits develop through repetition. Good habits develop through repetition. And if you can just make yourself throughout the day, 5 times a day, what am I grateful for? Name 5 things. You build up this foundation. When you catch yourself worrying about stuff, you can just stop and say, okay, yeah, this job is stressing me out. I'm worried about paying my bills, whatever. My boss is an asshole, whatever. But what have I got to be grateful for? I'm not in Yazoo City locked down, having to watch my celly take a shit in front of me, you
Yeah,
know,
that's
whatever.
fact.
Go through your list. And eventually you flip a light on and you bring some light in the darkness. And as cheesy as it sounds, as frou-frou as it sounds, it carried me through 23 years in prison. I guarantee anybody that tries it, it will improve their life.